Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading for September or whenever this message finds you. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters, what are the messages for Scorpio at this time, please? Messages for Scorpio at this time, please. Thank you. Your first card out, the Seven of Keys, the Ascent. Your second card, the Four of Scrolls, the Karmic Trench. Your third card, the Seven of Forces, Balance. So you have the ability, Scorpio, Three of Roses, loving elementals on the bottom. This is to signify there are spiritual fairies, nature spirits, and all kinds of joyful entities around us at any given moment, Scorpio. And when you call on them and you acknowledge them, you actually increase that joy in your life. So as I was saying, with the Ascent, the Seven of Keys, that's a card of you reaching your goals, of you climbing the mountain, you doing the work. You have used the tools available to you with the rope and the pitons there that give him security as he climbs the mountain face, but it's also been his effort, your effort, Scorpio, that has helped you to climb to the heights that you have, and which will help you to continue to climb to the heights. The next card, the Karmic Trench, that one can look a little scary, but it actually is an indicator that, you have the strength to break any karmic patterns that you recognize, Scorpio. I apologize if you could hear that. School bus going around the road there. On the bottom of this deck, the Six of Cups. So that's beautiful. A gift, potentially. A gift to you or from you to someone else, potentially. Maybe a gift of loving elementals, of you recognizing those spirits that are around you. Maybe that's something new to you. It's certainly something that I was not aware of. I mean, in mythology, but this is an actuality, that there are nature spirits and things that are all around us, and being in nature obviously is it's one of my favorite places to be. It's where I am right now. Obviously, I love doing readings outside, but it's the place where we go to be grounded, Scorpio. So if you can get out in nature and get your feet in the ground, get your feet on the ground, get in the dirt, that's always a good thing. I'm already rambling and I'm only 3 minutes in. But thanks for listening. Thanks for coming back to my channel, and I hope that my readings resonate with you. I do try to put as much love and peaceful energy and positivity into these readings as I can. So thank you again for returning. As I was saying about the Ascent, the Seven of Keys, your first card out, you have the power within you, Scorpio, to climb to the heights, to reach any goal that you have, that you seek. And with the Wheel of Fortune, this is an omen of good luck and good fortune. So if you see that wheel there, there's nothing bad on it. Everything is good. So, keep that in mind, that, the wheel always spins up, and of course some people say, the Wheel of Fortune, it's, what goes up must come down inevitably. That's life, but you are definitely reaching some heights, and there's good luck and good fortune coming to you. With this being clarified by grief, tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. And that's what has to happen, I believe. That card has been coming out a lot in these September readings, Scorpio, and I think a lot of people have been doing shadow work. And so perhaps for some of you, that's something that this represents for you, is climbing, out of the depths. Not necessarily, to the heights, but certainly out of the depths. We all have our dark night of the soul, and of course it's how we react to it and how we survive it and how we come out of it. So this is a beautiful reading for you, Scorpio. The Four of Scrolls, the Karmic Trench, as I said, this is a card of you recognizing those karmic triggers as they happen, as they occur, and doing the work to step out of the karmic trench, to step out of that hole that he's digging there. You see there are rows that are ready to be planted, and he's ignoring that, and he's just digging. And you have the power within you to recognize any karmic triggers, and that is the most difficult part, I think, of karmic work, Scorpio, is to recognize those triggers as they happen and to do the work in the moment to stop and recognize and say, no, I realize that this is triggering me, and then instead of having that knee-jerk reaction, to stop yourself and say, no, I'm not going to react that way. I'm either, whatever this means for you, whatever it is, it's not having to have the last word. It's walking out of the room without having to slam the door. It's nodding your head and breathing instead of screaming and shouting, and just agreeing and then moving on. Sometimes it just takes so much energy, to continue those battles, and it's just easier to walk away. It can be so hard to do that initially, but once you do that, Scorpio, and you realize the power within that you have the power to change those reactions and to say, no, I'm not going to react that way, And with this being clarified by the Two of Cups, I think surely this means that you doing that work and recognizing those karmic triggers and stepping out of that karmic trench is what will lead you to this true love, a new love potentially. So keep that in mind, that this card clarifying with loss, sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. So that is a very important message for some of you. It could have been that you have had to let go of something that you've held on to for a long time. And maybe it was a karmic relationship. But you have to let go of any ill will or any bitterness that you feel. That's what I'm intuitively feeling for some of you, Scorpio. The third card out for you, the Seven of Forces, balance. This is a card, obviously, of balance. You see the scales there, and this could be potentially some issue with contracts, some type of paperwork that needs to be dealt with. Could be marriage, divorce. It could be many, many, many things, obviously. But this card indicates that there is balance. There will be justice. There will be an equality. And with the light shining through the door, it bodes a good end. It bodes an ending in your favor. So know that everything in life, everything in earth, in the universe, achieves to seek balance. And with this being clarified by the sun, this is an absolutely beautiful card to clarify this. And with the sun coming in through the window, it's really beautiful. So whatever this, whatever's going on, this is definitely a beautiful ending. It's happiness, joy, and bliss. And dancing in that field of sunflowers. And so finally, I'm chuckling because we're at the end of this reading now, or well, towards the end, and this karma card has come out after you had the karmic trench. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. And that's so true, Scorpio. And there's nothing that you can't balance out in this life, potentially, that you could not balance out in the last or in a previous life. But at any rate, the sun I look at as the outcome for this. So as long as you do the work to change those triggers, to climb out of that karmic trench, then the sun is ultimately what awaits you, Scorpio. So that is a beautiful reading for you for September. I'm going to pull one more card for you as an overall from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these beautiful messages for Scorpio. What is the overall message for Scorpio from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, please? Thank you. Overall message for Scorpio at this time. Covenant, sacred contract. Isn't that interesting with the Balance card, which also speaks about contracts? See if I can zoom in there. The number 7 for this card. Covenant, commitment, sacred contract, the greater good. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The covenant card may also be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with Spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it? The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. A covenant must be founded on the truth, not your truth, or his truth, or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as a guarantor of the good faith of all, and to ensure that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you are signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled. A call to recognize an ancient agreement that you made with Spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. A covenant founded on the truth that takes the destiny of all into account. That is a pretty deep card. So what that may mean for you individually, Scorpio, I could not say, because each of us has our own sacred contract with the universe. So, this is a beautiful reading for you for September. You're definitely climbing to the heights. You're doing the work, stepping out of that karmic trench, and and you're on your way to the sun. So just be aware of those karmic triggers. Do your best to rise above it, and you will go far, Scorpio. September looks to be beautiful for you, so enjoy it. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, please hit the like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you next time. Love and light.